Hey guys, so in this video I wanted to talk about my journey about cross rating in the Navy from AM, Aviation Mechanic, to Personnel Specialist, PS. So I joined the Navy in December 2015 as an AN, as E3, not really knowing what the job is gonna be like. I knew what the job description was at the MEPS when I was reading it, but I didn't know what I was getting into on like hands-on jobs, you know. So I went through boot camp, I went through A school in Pensacola, Florida, and then I did pretty well, scored pretty well, and just like the instructors said, we were able to choose orders depending on how you scored in your class. Like if you were the top in class, you were able to pick whichever orders that was laid out for you, and you would get those orders. I think I did like 5th place out of like 20 people, and I wanted to come to San Diego because it's a beautiful city, beautiful weather, and it's close to my hometown, which is in Orange County near Los Angeles. So anyways, I came to my first squadron in 2016 June. Aviation mechanic was really hard and hard to grasp the knowledge, and also I realized that I'm not really talented in working with tools and mechanic stuff. My parents kind of forced me to do mechanical engineering when I was in university, and that's why I thought that picking the rate aviation mechanic would benefit me if I decide to get out of the Navy. But the hardest thing was to get through my 4 years of contract, and I could already see that when I just checked in. But I talked to my NC1 Navy career counselor at that time, and he told me I have to wait 2 years of being in the rate at least, and then I'll be able to consider to cross rate. So long story short, fast forward 2 years, I somehow made it, somehow studied really hard, made AM3, and then really got lucky and got an EP again for the E5 exam, made AM2 the first time up. Within 2.5 years being in the Navy, I became an AM2, an E5. It was around the time when we were about to go on a first deployment. First deployment as a squadron, first deployment in my Navy career. I'm an HSM 79, by the way. It's a helicopter squadron. We were assigned to an aircraft carrier called Abraham Lincoln, and that ship was stationed in Virginia, Norfolk. So we flew over from San Diego to Virginia, Norfolk, got on board the Abraham Lincoln, and we departed the year of 2019, March. End of March, so April. During deployment, when you go on the ship and you work 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Monday to Sunday, with very seldom holiday routines, which isn't really holiday routines for a lot of rates such as aviation mechanics, because we're constantly just flying aircrafts on a daily basis, protecting the ship. They always need to be up there. I was just beyond done with my job. Like, I was getting hurt, I was falling off the aircraft, I was getting into verbal fights. I didn't do physical fights, although I sometimes wanted to, because if you live with those people, if you work with those people in such a small space and such ship, there's bound to be conflicts happening. And I didn't fight, but other people have fought and got in trouble. I got to the point where I was so depressed, and so I felt so pathetic, and I just wanted to go home, but I couldn't. And I was just stuck with my job, my rate as an aviation mechanic. I tried to seek for help, you know. I finally got the courage to speak out, and I reached out to my Navy career counselor, NC1 Nelson. He helped me to provide the guidance of how I can cross rate. And he said that I need to get OJT training, on the job trainings from another rate, and also get recommendation letters. And that was really hard for me, because working 12-hour shifts, after that you're like burnt out, you're like done. All you want to do is just shower and go to your rack, which we call the beds in the ship, and just sleep and just somehow like hope that your stress will be gone by the next day. That was my daily life. But anyway, so after my working hours, I showered and dressed up and went to the personnel specialist office inside the ship, and I sought help, I sought training, and I told the master chief down there that, hey, I am an AM2 from HSM 79, a squadron in the ship. I really want to cross rate to personnel specialist rate. He helped me to get training. I went down there at their personal office and then I got training for 2-3 hours every day, if not every other day, to get the OJT training. And after 3 months of that, I was able to get the recommendation letter. I was able to get the certificates from the Navy e-learning. Also, I was able to get the support from my chain of command to get the approval to cross-rate to PS. So all of those documents, I routed it up, my chain of command, got approved for my CO, and then that document got sent to the detailer and the ECM, which is the enlisted community manager. And I was so lucky because the AM rating was undermanned, which means that people are not usually able to be cross-rated out. And on the opposite side, PS rating was actually overmanned, which they're not allowing any cross-raters to come to their rating. But the email said that they do assess special cases like me, and they were willing to take me in because I was so highly motivated and the recommendation letter was so strong, and I got the approval from the ECM and the detailer that I was gonna cross-rate. So 4 months of my hard time spent in the deployment, and I finally became a PS2. A lot of people say that cross-rating the Navy is impossible, but I made it happen, and a lot of people were surprised. A lot of people didn't believe that I was gonna actually do it, but I did it, and I'm a proud PS2, still in the Navy, 5 years in, and yeah, that's where I'm at. But if you have any more questions about the details of my progress and process, or anything in general about cross-rating or PS rating in general, feel free to comment below, and I'll answer as best as I can. Thanks.